Yeah, what if you like a candle? Anyone else? Light a candle? One more candle. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Before we start our meditation, let us do our regular chanting. Please Please turn to page number 5 of your chanting book. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo
tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
The three refuges.
Buddhang saranam gacchami, dhammang saranam gacchami, sanghang saranam gacchami, dutiyampi buddhang saranam gacchami, dutiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, dutiyampi sangham saranam gacchami, tatiyampi buddham saranam gacchami, tatiyampi dhammam saranam gacchami, tatiyampi sangham saranam gacchami.
Next page. 5 precepts.
Pāṇātipada vēremani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, adinādāna vēremani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, kāmesu miccāchārā vēremani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, musāvādā vēremani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, surameraya majja pamadakkhāna vēremani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts.
Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and to practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation,
I vow to respect my
commitments and those of others, and determine not to engage in relations without love and
long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce. I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness. Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Iti piso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Santa Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati.
Homage to the Dhamma.
Swangado Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehi Patsiko Openaiko Panchantang Vepitambo Vinyogiti.
Homage to the Sangha.
Subhatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyaya Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samiji Patipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Yugani Anta Purisa Pungala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuniyo Bahuniyo Dankiniyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuntaram Punyak Ketan Lokasansati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Gayasarampaditena Dīpena tamedang sina Tilokadipang sambuddham Pujayami tamunudam.
Offering of incense.
Gandha Sangvara Yuddhena Dupena Hang Sugandhina Pujaye Pujaniyam Tam Puja Bhajana Muttamam.
Offering of flowers.
Vannagandha gunopetam etam kusuma santatim pujayami munindasya siripada saroruhe pujemi buddham kusumena nina Punyena metena labami mokkam Umpang milayati yatha idam me Ayo tatayati vinasa bhavam.
offering of water.
Adhivasetu no bhante paniyang parikappitam anukampang upadaya patigam hatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adhivasetu no bhante Lilane panchayang imang anukampang upadaya patigam hatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Vandami cetiyang sabbang sabbadhani supatititang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being. Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha in English. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with envy of mind, suffering follows like the wind that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Adi. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent action towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes rust from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All things are not self. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Welcome everyone to the meditation session. We'll together help each other to generate a very wholesome state of our mind, loving kindness, and then also enhance the capacity of mindfulness and insight and wisdom in our mind, for clarity in our mind. So these are the two important aspects of our mind, the loving kindness, compassion aspect, then ability to penetrate, have clarity and vision and understanding. That is the other cognitive aspect of our mind. So we have to have balanced growth in both aspects. And the combination of these both aspects, equal compassion and wisdom, is the enlightenment. So in this meditation, we try to address kindness, breath to develop our mindfulness that will enable us to have deep insight through that you are engaged in some practice and enhancing our capacity for loving and our ability, clarity, and insight. Just make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. And this is a practice that will benefit ourselves and me. Wherever you have any words, just keep bringing your attention to this moment, to your body, throughout the bell and the chant.
Dear spiritual friends, you are right here. Practice meditation. Before you bring your awareness to practice meditation, you can observe your body, the present moment. How are you feeling your body posture? You are in a meditative posture. In which push on the upper body somewhat upright, chin parallel to the posture until the end of the meditation. Try to maintain this posture. Now take a moment. Your head to the tips of your toes, the tips of feet, your toes, heels, muscles. Relax the body. Feel your upper arms, lower arms, fingertips. The facial muscle, relax the body. Up, right, environment to calm. When you pay back, you can listen to any sounds, any memory, any sound come into your mind may generate some thoughts. Observe all these thoughts same way. The nature of human mind. We are going beyond the nature of the mind, observing the nature of the thoughts and the mind. Now, you are going to cultivate wholesome thoughts purposefully in your mind. One after the other types of thoughts. Notice if any other thoughts occur in your mind. Notice them, let them go. Come back to your present moment, your present meditation. As the first meditation here, we are practicing meditation on loving kindness. Purposefully cultivating thoughts on loving kindness, wishes of loving kindness. Loving kindness, the wholesome human quality that we can generate, we can develop. We have that capacity in our minds. Loving kindness, which is universal friendliness. Just imagine there's a beautiful babe in front of you. Flower. Now you are going to think about yourself, your life, your peace in the guidance in your mind, mindful kindness to you, to yourself. We are we are be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May I be safe. May I be healthy. Heal. Be healed. May my mind be happy. May my mind may my be peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peaceful. May I have that. May I have a loving kindness. Generate loving kindness towards on love. Generate in your mind into your body. Every parts of the body. Deeply appreciating the support of all these parts, systems, organs of your body. Radiate in kindness through the entire body. Into the internal organs of the body. function for you. Deeply appreciate your body. Feel the body, the respiratory system, the vital function of the body. Deeply appreciating the support of me. Be healed. The cardiovascular system. May the cardiovascular system of my body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed, be healed. Generate loving kindness and radiate in all other systems. The digestive system, the respiratory system, the central nervous system, peripheral nerve, all these systems function with loving kindness. May all these systems and internal functions of my be eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and repeat organs. Be healthy, be healthy. I have a health, may have a healthy body. Think Now your mind is full of love and kindness. And expand kindness to all other beings, exception, the same genuine force. The loving kindness you are generating is boundless, no limits. The same just the thoughts on loving kindness that you generated with your friends who are meditating right here. The same genuine wishes for all these spiritual friends. May all these friends with me be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. Let's stand our love time. You can make these genuine wishes to your family members, your relatives, to your friends. Think about them and make these genuine wishes for them. May all be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness. All beings living in this neighborhood, not only human beings, to all other beings. The beings who are visible or invisible, living near or far, large or small, loving kindness. They need your loving kindness. Genuinely generate loving kindness for them. May all beings living in this neighborhood, in neighboring neighborhoods, in this city, in neighboring cities, in this country, in this world, in this universe, may all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. extend your loving kindness into every direction. Into the direction of the front, into the direction of the back, left, right, above, below. May all beings living in every direction be well, be happy, be peaceful, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be healed. Be healed. Be healed. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Loving kindness. Loving kindness has made your mind peaceful. Mind is calm. And now you can spend with your breath. Practice breathing meditation as a silent. Keep your awareness in between your upper lip and nostrils. You can easily feel your in-breath and out-breath there. Keeping your body upright. Take a deep breath slowly. And while you are breathing out, relax your upper body. Feel the relaxation. Be with your breath. Mindfully breathe in. Mindfully breathe. Well, few minutes more. In these last few minutes, you can take 10 breaths mindfully. Huntu sabbepi aminu. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out from the meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let's take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have this peaceful meditation in our lives. And let's feel grateful to all the enlightened masters and the teachers in the past who transmitted this practice, this wisdom from generation to generation. And also you can appreciate the guidance and the instructions you received for the meditation. Whoever helped you to practice this meditation today, who arranged and cleaned this place for you, deeply appreciate their support and feel grateful for them. Even these non-living things that we are using for the meditation, the cushion, the chair you are sitting on, this bell, the device which helped to connect to this meditation from home, deeply feeling gratitude for all of them. Let's say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. I hope that you all had a useful meditation.
These messages being sent, love and kindness to people I don't know, and going back,
Yes.
supposed to create a state of mind, peaceful, loving, happy. Would it make difference if I send it the whole world or send it to a person, particular person? If I send it to Nancy, do you see any? No messages that I sent to you, love and kindness?
They are not
Would it
messages.
make difference if I send it to one person versus the whole
Yes.
world?
Yeah. Actually, they are not actually messages. Yeah, we are making wishes. Yeah, I think we are making wishes. Like we are creating this willingness, right? So wishes. So there are main purpose, as you mentioned earlier, actually, is actually to cultivate the loving kindness quality in our mind. That's the goal. That's the goal. We have to have an object of our loving kindness. So therefore, we can make anyone an object of our loving kindness. So there are a few ways to cultivate loving kindness. One method is what we did. We call it like a difference, expanding the circle that we are doing. So we start with ourselves, and then we expand it like immediate circle of people, and expand it beyond and beyond and beyond until we reach the all living being. That's one method, like expanding. But there are other ways actually. Sometimes I have done that too here. That means you, as you mentioned, you select specific 4 people as a representative of different relationship to us. First, you think about a beloved person, like one beloved person who may be your best friend, someone who helped you a lot. So you focus on that particular person and imagine that person is in front of you. You make good wishes to that person. Then you select a person that you have great respect. It could be a teacher, could be your role model, or maybe leader. So you choose that person, and then you imagine that person is in front of you, keep wishing well below that person. Then you select a neutral person. Maybe you meet, once in a while, that maybe, somewhere in your workplace, maybe, shopping mall, wherever. Try to find some neutral person and wish that person. And then if you are courageous enough, you can also select a person that you have difficulties with. The person that you have some issues, some difficulties in previously, and then you can focus on that person and wish well-being to that person. So you will select 4 people who are representative of different relationships that we have, with people. So, but in that case, you only select one, so 4 people. And by that time, if you can cover all these 4 people evenly, and that then you have your loving kindness have been developed. So there are different methods of doing that. Yeah, ultimate goal is to cultivate this quality in us. But there's also an impact on the other person too, remotely, but mainly here.
You can direct it to a spiritual leader, let's say to Buddha or, something.
And that's one like that second category. Yeah, second category. Yeah, it just to shape our mind. It's like mind is like a gem, so you try to like focus on 4 different people and shape it. And so by the time you complete all 4 people, you are ready to think well, wish well-being to anyone. And that's the mind we want to develop. We want to develop a mind that there's no one can hurt us. That's the kind of mind that we want to develop. So it's not happening at once, but we gradually develop. Yes.
So we use loving kindness to become
Yeah. Like transforming our mind that, so in loving kindness sutra, we have that term called asapato, like becoming a person who has no enemies. You make your mind in that way that, no one, you don't,
in your mind.
yeah, in your mind.
Somebody else may think that they're.
Yeah, that's their mind. Yeah, yeah, your mind. Yes. But it has some impact on the, others too. But that's, yes, Dan.
Follow up.
Yeah.
What type of impact would have on other people?
Other people, yeah.
We're not talking about
telepathy. Yeah, to some extent. But basically, actually, let's say we make that wish right now. Maybe you can make this wish in the morning, and you go out. You go out with that we can say that aura. Maybe that that energy, that wholesomeness in your facial expressions, in your mind, the way you look, the way you talk. So whenever you meet whenever you enter a place with that, wholesome energy, that influences others in a very unconscious level. And then even the way you look at them, the way you talk to them, your tone of the voice, everything will impact the rest of the group. So wherever you go, you go with that energy. Maybe few hours for few hours until you get some other influences and you lose that mood. Yeah, but we are influencing many people that we are going. Even when you drive, if you go with that mentality, you will have a different way of driving. That impact the rest of the other drivers too.
We're not talking about something metaphysical.
Not necessarily, yeah. But this is the other one is actually, let's say if everyone is having this loving kindness thoughts, our thoughts influences, physical, thing, particularly the plants, it's like a living organisms. So, so let's say if we get more and more people to have these thoughts, definitely it will influence the surrounding environment. Okay, so let's come to our study, which is related to our topic also today. Please turn to page 4. Hitwa. Mistaken. So we will study today the verse number 201, and that is coming from the chapter of happiness. So if you really want to know what's really happiness, you can turn to chapter on happiness in Dhammapada. And this is one such verse. Bhante, would you like to help us to chant that?
Jayang virang pasavati dukkhaṃ seti parājito upasanto sukhaṃ seti hitva jaya parājayaṃ.
That is how it sounds in Pali. There's a spelling mistake. Bhante corrected that because we have memorized these verses when we are training. So in Dhammapada there are 423 verses. We are supposed to memorize all of them. In our higher ordination ceremony, they will say, okay, chant this. So it could be anything from the 420. So we have memorized most of these verses, and so the Bhante noticed the spelling mistake in the last line. Okay, any volunteer to read the translation of the verse?
What's the spelling mistake?
The hit, okay, in the last line, Upasanto Sukhaṃ Seti, and then the next word, like Hatma, that's wrong. Okay.
But the English is okay.
The English is okay. Yeah.
Victory begins and defeated dwell in the pain. Happily the peaceful live, discarding both victory and defeat.
Okay. So here, this verse is saying that usually we associate happiness with victory. Like, how happy you feel when your football team win the, or maybe there can be baseball fans, yeah, or maybe hockey fans, so usually we associate our happiness with victory. When we, of course, when we win over an argument, right? When we win over, maybe election, I don't know, whatever. So usually we associate happiness with victory and suffering with defeat. So therefore we try our best to win every situation. And that's a struggle. Because in reality, it's very difficult to win every case, every situation. But we try our best to win, because that is when we are happy. When you are defeated, we are unhappy. So that's how we think about happiness. But here, Buddha is inviting us to rethink. Does really victory brings happiness? Does really victory brings happiness? And here say victory begets enmity. Enmity. Because when you win, you have to defeat someone else. Right? Victory begets enmity. If you win, you may temporarily happy, but you will have a lot of enmity from the other party, the direct party and also indirect parties, maybe who are related to that party. So you beget enmity. So even though you win in that situation, and then we will have other things. Let's say Steelers won, and so I'm Pittsburghian, right? So I cheer for that, and Steelers T-shirt, and I go to Cleveland. I will get enmity, right, from the fans of that sport team, right? Who is in Cleveland's Browns? Browns, right? Yeah, Browns. Yeah. So maybe if I'm a fan of the Steelers, I'll be really happy. I will identify myself with the Steelers and be happy with the victory. But then if I associate too much and bring that identity somewhere else, and I will get enmity. So even in that situation, even our normal family situation, our work situation, let's say you have in your workplace there were two teams and maybe two ideas, and you try your best in different ways, and you're to win the argument. You think that okay, that's all, we won. Is the end of the problem? Not really, right? And in that whole victory, you may create more kind of an animosity and competition with other people, and you still have to deal with that. So Buddha he's saying here that even victory does not necessarily bring real victory, real happiness. So therefore, victory begets enmity, and then definitely the defeated definitely suffers, right? So like Dukkam Seti Parajita. So the defeated dwell in pain. But then how we can really generate peace, to generate happiness? What's the way to really bring happiness to ourselves? Is Hitva Jaya Parajam, discarding or maybe going beyond or discarding both victory and defeat. One will live in peace. So the peace, the happiness will come to us when we really get rid of, or maybe when we disregard, maybe when we go beyond both victory and defeat. How we can go beyond both victory and defeat is actually maybe focusing more on one's own state of the mind, and focusing maybe try to focus more on one's own weaknesses, one's own defilements, and not treating others as someone to be win over. Everyone, whether they are in favor of us or not, everyone, whether they are friendly or unfriendly, are simply supporting us to grow. So the real fight, if you want to use that word, or real struggle, is actually not with anyone else. Real struggle is with ourselves. When you remember the other verse, Buddha said that Yo Sahasang Sahasena. We chanted that sometime, right, man? Yo Sahasang Sahasena. Better than winning thousands is winning one person. That is yourself. Better than winning thousands is winning one person. That is yourself. So the real struggle is actually within ourselves, because this is not the best way to be. I mean, of course we are okay. We are okay. We can we can function average, and we can be helpful to others. We can be kind to others, at least sometimes, if not always. So we are okay, but this is not the optimal way of being. And there's room for us to move and evolve. So therefore, the real struggle, real battle is within ourselves, within our own. Still, we still have some weaknesses. We still have some defilements, or kilesa, or klesha.
Even in the meditation, we could experience it in the last few minutes. I asked this time Bhante to count 10 breaths.
Yeah.
So if you could go to at least maybe more than 5 breaths, I think we could.
They won't, right?
Yeah.
You won. The real battle.
Yeah.
The real battle. Yeah. I mean, it's very normal that we feel competitive when we work with others. If you are working in an environment, if people in the same, positions, maybe, similar level, and you feel competitive sometimes, right? And you want to outdo others, right? You want to shine over others, right? And that can happen not only in the workplace, and even that can happen in spiritual practices too, right? Even in religious places, when you come to practice religion, sometimes even in that group, we feel like, oh, I want to do better than this person. Yeah, I mean, that's how our mind is, right? It's common. Even in religious places, it's common. Yeah, that we feel like we want to outdo others. So that's very common. So we have to recognize that tendency, because that tendency will not bring happiness to us, whether we win or not. As long as we have that tendency, if you fail, definitely will unhappy, and if you win, it's not the real win. And of course, your biggest enmity, but also you kind of enhance your own ego in that sense. It's also not a win; it's a defeat. So therefore, we really have to pay attention to this tendency of our mind. Our wanting to outdo others, our wanting to be in competition, and even let's say someone behave unskillfully, someone maybe hurt us, maybe challenge us. Of course, you have a right to maybe defend yourself, maybe explain your position. But how long you want to carry that conversation, right? And so sometimes when someone challenge us, or maybe someone is maybe willingly, or I mean intentionally or unintentionally insult us, we really want to do something to defend ourselves, right, and teach him a lesson. But then we spend so much of our energy, so much of our time do that, and maybe we'll be successful, and maybe we may not be successful. So in both cases, we are not really happy. Maybe temporary happiness when you win, but it's simply aggravate the situation. The other person will then find another way to insult us. Just keep going and moving that whole. The best thing is go beyond that whole needing to win or defeat by focusing more on ourselves. Real battle is within me, and I will focus on that. All others helping me favorably or unfavorably. They are simply helping me to grow. Right? I fight with myself just to grow. Make the better version of myself. That's where the real competition should be, right? Real battle should be to how to make the better version of myself. So that's the message here. This particular verse was given by the Buddha actually after a historical incident. And at the time when the Buddha was living, the political situation in 6th century BCE in India is shifting. Originally, there were like a small unit, can call them kingdoms. There were some areas where we can say countries, some countries in the subcontinent that which were controlled by federations. But there were other countries that are controlled or ruled by king. But the kings were actually want to expand their territory. Those days, there were no United Nations or common, agreements. And if we have the power, you just go and invade other countries. That's how we lived, for many, many centuries until, Second World War. Yeah, if you have the power, go and invade. And they will, so that's how things happen. So at the time of the Buddha, there were few major kingdoms actually who are swallowing the smaller ones. They find all different ways to somehow swallow the smaller ones, then you get more taxes from those countries too. And so Buddha was actually, the kings, these rulers also came to visit the Buddha. And Buddha was a prince, but he knew how these, kings, rulers thought. Whenever they come to meet the Buddha is trying to help them to understand how to, if you really want to be a ruler, how to be a good ruler. And there are many, teachings on that. And sometimes even Buddha has, shocked them, bring them to the reality. And the king that we are talking here today, and one day he came to see the Buddha, and Buddha said that because during that time they all have spies, because the service of a spy is very important, because you never know, when the other king will, organize an attack on you. So Buddha asked from this person, from this king, King Kosala, if one of your spies come and tell you from the direction of the east, there's a huge boulder as high as cloud. It's rolling towards you, your kingdom. What you would do? Then another spy come from the eastern direction and come and tell you the same, and the western and the south, and all four directions. The four spies come and told you there's a huge boulder as tall as clouds were trolling towards you, towards your kingdom. What you would do? And he said that I have this army, I have this artillery. I mean the elephants army, horses army, all these armies. But if for that kind of boulder, I don't think that I can do anything. I just accept and get ready. And Buddha said that now I declare you. Such 4 boulders are rolling towards you. And you could really have something that you will never able to stop. And yes, tell me who are they? What is coming in? Buddha said that old age. It's one coming towards you. Can you use your army? Can you use a spy? Can you use anything to prevent that? And others say, Buddha says sickness. The others say death. It is coming. What would be the 4th one? Sickness is, the old age, sickness, death. Within the yes. rebirth. Yes, birth and rebirth, because this is not going to be the end of the situation. This is not going to be the end, and you have to be responsible for everything you have done. So the rebirth, yeah. So those, possibilities of, the afterlife. So and so in that way, Buddha has kind of tried to, like, help them to understand, and you have to live like a person who are dying, not as someone who's like eternal and killing and making your kingdom bigger and bigger and bigger. You only have a few years to live. So anyway, so in this case, actually, the king Kosala was had a war with another big kingdom, with the king Ajata Sattu, who's actually his nephew in reality, because his sister is his mother. I mean, usually those days kingdoms exchange, um, women's as a way of peace accord. Yeah. But anyway, he's his nephew, but he was defeated by the young king because he was so um, um, what do you call passionate, and he really want to expand his kingdom. So he fought against his own uncle. So this mature king, old king, he got defeated, and he really felt really painful and ashamed, and so, but he was also someone who visited Buddha very often. When Buddha heard about this whole battle or this war, and Buddha uttered this verse to the monks, saying that both parties are suffering, even the winners and the losers are suffering. There's no winner in this case in real sense. And then so the king who got defeated came to the Buddha, and Buddha explained the same thing to that king, and he was able to see beyond his the situation, and was able to make his mind calm, and he lived as a defeated king after that, without any much pain, realizing the reality of the life.
So, yeah, Bhante, within this short period of time, we don't have enough time to fight with others. There is no one to defeat.
Yeah.
We have to fight with defilements
Yes.
and win our samsara journey
In our own mind.
on
Right?
our own mind.
Yeah.
We have to overcome rebirth
Yes.
and getting old and sickness.
Yes.
So those are the things.
That is the real struggle, real battle. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. Let us try to let go of our battles with others, because there's no happiness whether you win or lose.
Life, after life, the constant competition, struggle.
Yeah.
There is winner and loser. But if the loser won't accept his fate, it is a motive for them to meet the challenge and next time maybe a winner. We talk about football team.
Yeah.
The loser team, I mean the Steelers lost several times and then back again and become the winner.
Yeah.
So it is a motivation to meet the challenge, to stand again. I mean, momentarily, maybe they will be unhappy, sad, but it is a motive to stand up again.
Yeah, but even you won, that's not the happiness. Of course, in the case of sport team, that's different because they are meant to, compete. But we even think about our life, in our life situation. Even you won. I mean, your argument will be correct if after we win, we are happy forever. Even we win, there's still not true happiness and peace. That's the issue here in our, normal life situations, like in our workplace, and other places.
How many Super Bowl rings do you need? How many Super Bowl rings do you? That's when you win the Super Bowl. How many do you need?
Yeah.
You only have 10 fingers.
I think here the sport is a whole different industry. Is a whole business, and I always ask people, even the players in the teams, get changes and they can, go to other teams and, new people come in. I don't know how you create this identity. Only the name. Players can be different years. Yeah, how you call them one as one team. If you get a better offer, they will go to another team, right? And if there's anything essential to call it a Steelers or to someone of the other name, all are simply, conventions. Okay, okay for for maybe bring money to the city, or maybe that's okay, yeah. Okay, so let's try to understand, the real meaning of the life. Let us have the biggest struggle and battle with ourselves. Okay. So with that determination, let us move to the other part of the program. Turn to page 14. Let us share the merits with all our departed relatives and other beings. By coming to this practice today, we generate so much goodness, so much good merits and good karma, and we can share this good karma with all others. First of all, let us bring to our mind our ancestors, our departed family members, and with gratitude, let us think about them and share this goodness with them. May all of our departed relatives be well. Share these merits, may they be well, happy, and peaceful. Idang minyatinang hotu sakita untu nyateyo. Idang minyatinang hotu sakita untu nyateyo. Idang minyatinang hotu sakita untu nyateyo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata cha amhi Sambetang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu Sabba sampatti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana. Purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have careless done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. We will now do this blessing chant. We are going to chant the Loving Kindness Sutra, the discourse given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We will chant the same sutra for you now, wishing you good health, wishing you healing, wishing you strength and courage to overcome difficulties in your life. May you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha and blessings of the wholesome vibration we are generating now. And you may also share these blessings with anyone else in your life. Whoever needs these blessings, you can bring them to your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you receive these blessings. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yang tang santang padang abhisamicce sangko joca suvaco casamudvanati mani santo sansakoca subharoca ampaginco ca sallahuka buddhi santrindriyoca nipapoca ampagambo kulesu ananugindo naca kundang samacare kincena vinyo pare upavadeyum sukino vakemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukitatta naveke cipane bhutanti tasavata varava anavasesa digavaye mahantava majjima rasansakanukatula dittava eva ditta yeca dure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavesiva sabbe satta bhavantu sukitatta paro parang nikumbe nati mamnita kanta cinam kanche vyarosana patika samya nanya manya sadukkamicceya mata yatani yang puntang ayusa eka punta manurakke vampi sabba bhutesu manasang bhavaye aparimanang mettang ca sabba lokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang uddhang adoca tiriyang ca asambadang averang asapantang tittang carang nisingo vasayano vayavatassa vigatamindo etang sating aditteya brahmametang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagang silavasansanina sampanno kamesu vinaya gedang naijatu gambaseyang punareti etena sanca vanjena santi dehotu sambada etena sanca vanjena samparogo vinasatu etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang sabbityo vivajjantu sambarogo vinasatu mate bhavantantarayo sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha buddhanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha dhammanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te bhavatu sabbha mangalang rakkantu sabbha devata sabbha sanghanubhavena sada santi bhavantu te. Let us spend a moment of reflection. Try to recall to your mind whatever kind deed that you were able to do during your past few days. Take a moment to think about your yesterday or a few days ago. Whenever you got an opportunity to help someone or be kind to someone, recall an actual incident. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind. On this day or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and glad to share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Let us now recall to our mind whatever kindness you receive from others. Think about a recent incident where you received some help from someone, some care or kindness from someone, or you heard about the kind deed of some person. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. Or may the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. It was so nice to have you all and really appreciate your dedication today to come and practice. And we will meet again next Wednesday. We are also slowly getting ready for another ceremony, that is on October 8th. That is one of the biggest ceremonies in the year. That is called Katina ceremony. That marks the conclusion of our 3 months practice. So we today discuss the verse in the last page. We have 2 more verses to study. That means we have only 2 more weeks. Actually, we missed 1 week, Bhante, because Bhante Ji came, and so we missed 1. 1 verse. So that shows we are coming to the end of the 3 months period, and in celebration of the 3 months practice, we have this Katina ceremony and robe offering ceremony, and we will get a new robe on that day. So you get the opportunity to offer us a robe. That is on October 8th, and you may have received an email already. Okay, yeah. So please plan to attend that important ceremony on October 8th. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all. Join us over YouTube, and appreciate your participation and look forward to see you again. Yeah. Thank you. Good night. Welcome. So please come for the blessing.